Hi, my name is Mrs. Imrana Muhammad Ali, and I am your hostess for today's special entitled Veterans Today. We have local artists here for your entertainment, starting off with Mr. Louis Dennis, Mona Lisa. Thank you very much. And our next guest is Mr. Norman Lewis. Norman. thank you for returning to today's special Veterans Today. And we have a very special guest here, Mr. Joe Mesevie. He's a United States veteran. How are you, Mr. Meservie?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I just wanted to speak with you for a few minutes so that you could share your valuable experience in the military, mostly what it was like to be a young man starting off new and going out into the world. Like, for instance, when did you actually enlist, and what were the circumstances surrounding your?
I was actually drafted in 1966, May of 1966, but I actually upped my date to enter the military. I just felt it was necessary to join earlier. At the time, I felt that it was the right thing to do, and so I did.
So you were already drafted.
Yes.
Let me get that right. You were already drafted, and you went in earlier than it was required for you to go.
Yes.
And what was your rank when you went in? Did you get any rank?
I was a private when I first went into the military. After a year, I served in Vietnam in late 1966 to all of 67. My rank leaving Vietnam was a sergeant, specialist E5.
Specialist E5. And how was it that you achieved rank?
That's a good question. I just think by my service and my abilities to command people in my platoon and to help them the best I could to get through a very difficult time.
You received the Army Commendation Medal?
Yes, I did.
And what's that awarded for?
For special service, for helping your fellow veterans.
And what was the first place that you went to? Where did you do your basic training at?
I did my basic training in Fort Dix, New Jersey. From there, I went to Fort Lee, Virginia. That was quartermaster schooling. Was then sent to California, and from California then to Hawaii, and Hawaii to Vietnam.
Vietnam, and where were you in Vietnam?
I was in what's called the Highlands. It's Pleiku. It's in the central highlands of Vietnam.
The central highlands of Vietnam. So it's a mountainous region?
Very mountainous region, very primitive.
Ancient?
Very ancient, yes.
So it's totally foreign to you. You're young and impressionable.
Totally foreign.
And do you have any favorite stories about your experience in the military? Well, actually,
yeah, I think
that wasn't really a pleasant time, though, right?
No, it wasn't. But in any unfortunate situation, there's always something good that comes out of it, and there's some fun times as well. It was an experience, but there were fun times, a lot of camaraderie,
you said
a lot of good friendships.
You said that once you were, one of your first impressions there was that you were on a bus and you had the arm.
When we first arrived in Saigon.
You were still naive.
Very naive. You know, I was 18 years old, and we were put on a military bus. And the first thing I noticed was the windows all had bars on it and like a netting, and didn't realize what, never seen a bus with bars on it before. And the reason for that, I learned later, was the Viet Cong, the enemy, would throw grenades or some kind of an explosive into the bus. So that prevented that from entering the bus.
Okay. So it wasn't to keep you all in, it was to protect you
Yeah, it was to protect us, yes.
And you said another time that you were riding along a road and the children came out
Yeah,
in their innocence.
when we went from the airport to our base camp, which was up in the mountains. Of course, all dirt roads. We would not ride on the road itself. We would ride in the ditches on the side of the road. So you were kind of riding on a slant because the roads were basically mined. So it was very dangerous. So on that road, you would have a lot of Vietnamese children. The person I was riding with, I happened to have some candy, and I was trying to give it to the kids on the road. And he kind of grabbed me and pulled me back and said, don't encourage them, because there's a possibility that one of these kids could throw an explosive into our vehicle.
Oh, I see.
So it was kind of an awakening and realizing, you know, I'm not home anymore. I'm in a foreign land, and it's kind of dangerous.
I see. So at first you didn't have any rank, you was a PFC. What were the circumstances that gave rise to you becoming a specialist?
It was different
Did
situations.
something happened to one of the...
It was just different situations that occurred where certain times we were out in the field and I was able to assist my fellow veterans, and because of my actions I was giving certain awards, and my rank went